In this video, we are going to see how we can check the closing reports or final important reports once you complete your project. As we can see here, we started off from sheet 1 where we checked the trial balance. We entered all the balances as if the company is transferring its accounts from manual accounting to computerized accounting, or maybe they were using some other accounting software, but now they think that Sage is more suitable for their requirements. So they transferred all the balances. So we have learned how we can create all the chart of accounts, how we can edit this chart of accounts, and how we can put all the opening balances. After that, we have learned the customer, how we can enter those and their balances. We have learned to create suppliers and their balances. And we have also created all the inventory items along with the balances. And since this was a manufacturing company project, we entered the bills of materials, which is the recipe management system. That's a bridge between the raw materials and finished goods. So basically, we buy the raw materials from the market and then produce it to create finished goods. And finished goods is shirts and pens. After that, we consider that after doing all of these opening balances and creating all the items, basically, we are live on the system. This is the part that is related to system implementation. But now the system is implemented, that means you can fully work the day-to-day activities on Sage. So we have all of these activities that we have learned, starting from journal entries to recording all the purchase orders, receiving the purchase orders, creating the bills, payments, discounts, each and everything we have done here. We have also learned how we can pass different adjustment entries like bad debts, loss of inventory and all. And we have completed this assignment. Now, the most important thing is checking the closing reports, and that's very simple to extract in Sage. What you can do is just go to any section and click on reports. Basically, you find this reports option in all of the tabs. And why it doesn't matter, just go to the reports and we still have the option to switch the categories. So wherever we want to go, you just go to that section. If you want to extract the trial balance report, we just go to the journal ledger and click on journal ledger trial balance. Just double click here and all of the details are mentioned as of 31st of January 2025. But if you want to adjust this, what we can do is just go to the options and here we can make all the customizations. Let's say if you want to check for today only or a specific date or a specific period, we can specify all the periods here. So click OK. Since this is of 31st of January and our transactions is also till 31st of January, that's fine. So I will attach this trial balance with the resources section of this video, but even if it doesn't match, doesn't mean that you don't know about different stuff. You can take your time to find out what error did you make. So sometimes it's only the difference in the quantity or rate, although you should be careful in entering all of these accounting transactions. But let's say instead of 40,000, you enter 4,000. So balances might not match. So we have to manually check for that. But basically, if this trial balance doesn't match with mine, don't worry, you can check the transactions one by one to find out the mistake. And if you want to export this in, let's say, Excel format, just click on the Excel from the top and I'll create a new worksheet. We have the option here to add to existing worksheet as well, but I prefer new one. Click OK. And this is how it looks. I'll just save it for you. Just go to File, Save As. I'll just choose the location and I just named it as trial balance. You can find it in the resources section of this video. Close out of here, and let's export the next one, which is under the financial statements. We export the most important ones, and that is income statement and balance sheet. Both can be found here. Just click on income statement, current period, which is set. If you want to show the zero amounts, you can keep it checked, but it will show something like this, that even any particular expenses doesn't have any balance, still it shows zero balance. So that's very confusing. Instead, what you can do is just uncheck this one and then extract it. So now it shows much better position. It's as of 31st of January. I'll export this for you. That's the report. I'll just save it, which you can find with the resources section of this video. Now let's close out of here, close this trial balance report as well. And the final one that we want to extract is in the financial statement, we want to extract the balance sheet report. Just double click here, set the period, click OK. And this is the balance sheet report. I'll attach this one for you as well. I've exported this and now it looks like this. So click on the file, click save as, and that's also saved now. Close out of here, close out of here. So that's how we extract all the important reports. Now, another important thing, if we click on the reports and let's say we check the trial balance. Here we see the closing balance of each ledger and we don't see the details. So if you want to check the details about any ledger, you just double click on that particular figure or that particular ledger and it will take you to the further report where you can see how that balance made up, all the debits and credits. But what if we want to extract the complete details of all the ledgers in a single report? Just close out of here, and what you can do is just go to the journal ledger and click on journal ledger right here. You can set the period by clicking on the options at the top, and from here we just specify the period. Click OK. It is set to 1st of January to 31st of January. That's perfect. We can export this, but you can see this dotted line in the red here. That's because if you want to print, there is a limit of the page capacity. So either we have to reduce the column size by just holding it. This arrow sign, two-sided arrow sign, is an indication. Either you can hold it to increase the size of this particular column, or you can also hold it to reduce the size of it. So whatever size you see fit is the one that's best for you. If you want to print vertically, we obviously have a limited page capacity, but if you want to change the style to a horizontal style or landscape style, just because you have more detailed information, you can just go to the print area, and in the properties, you can go to the options area, and from here click on the page setup, and you can change the orientation to either portrait or landscape. So let's say landscape. Now it will show something like this, but I'll keep it to the other one because we don't have much information, but that's how you can switch it. So I'll export this report for you as well. So in case if you want to tally some of the balance, how they are made up, you can check my reports as well. So that's also exported. I'll save it for you as well. So that's how we can extract all the closing reports in Sage. And with this said, we have finally completed our manufacturing company project as well, in which we have completely learned how we can handle the manufacturing scenarios in Sage. So just try this by yourself, and I hope you found this training very helpful.